Alright, what is going on? You guys, my name is Wally. You guys are you guys, right? Because, you know, that's who you are. And I'm me, right? And that's who I am. And in this video, I am saying thank you very much for being here for 30K because, honestly, you know, 30K is, that's a pretty big number, you know? Like, you know, 20K, that's a big number too. 10K, 10 is a big number. Depending on your perspective of things, like generally, like if you were to think about it, right, put it in perspective. Okay, just come in with me really quick. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm actually huddling you closer to me, all of you that may watch this. And I'm saying it very simply. All right, so just come here, right? It's a huddle, right? And if you were in your room right now, like I have a decent sized room. It's pretty big. My bed takes up most of my room. I would say my bed takes up about 60% of my room. I'm a big guy though. Like I said in the previous video, I'm about 900 and some 7 pounds ish, roughly, give or take a couple hundred or so. And my bed is pretty big. So if I was taking my bed out and put 10 people in my room would have 10 people in it. And that's quite a bit. And that would take up a lot, right? So now it's like 20, right? Put 20 in there. That's a lot of people. Probably couldn't fit 20 people in my room. Maybe we could if we were close enough to each other and everyone was okay with that kind of stuff and being close with each other. Me, I don't really mind. I'm okay with being close to people. It's, you know, not a big deal. My personal space is on the inside, you know what I mean? All philosophical and whatnot. But if you were to take 30 people and put it in the same size room, you probably would have, you know, issues. And if that room was closed, people would suffocate and most likely die. And that would be bad. You don't want that. And you take 40 people and you're like, you could like maybe do 40 people if you like laid them down on top of each other. You could do that for sure. That would be probably pretty easy, very uncomfortable for the people on bottom, but doable, right? 50 is definitely against some health code violations somewhere in, depending on what state you live in, and most likely undoable, right? You couldn't fit, most like elevators have limits of weight, and no one here is fat like me, so I'm not really worried about that, but the weight limit would be exceeded, and then we'd be in some serious trouble. Like the elevator wouldn't move anywhere. That'd be bad. Not that my room's an elevator or anything like that, but it would be bad, and that's not what we want. So I'm trying to put that in perspective. Now say we have 30,000 people. They definitely could not fit in one room. That's definitely undoable. They probably could not fit in my house. They would not fit in my car or my neighborhood. And that is awesome. And that is the way I put things into perspective, because you really can't think about it in terms of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it's just not doable. You know, when you put a number on something, it's not as enjoyable. It lessens the experience as you try to visualize it in your mind about how many people that really is. How many individuals are with us? How many people are part of this family? My family, our family, together. My brothers and sisters, you and I, are together. And, you know, that's really crazy to think about. And it's really humbling at the same time, because I'm going to be honest with you, when I started doing YouTube 2 years ago, I really didn't imagine any of this. You know, I'm not really looking for fame. I'm not shooting for the stars here. I'm just uploading content that I enjoy, that I think some of you happen to enjoy as well. So it's a very good experience. It's a very interesting experience because I get to write, which is fun for me. I enjoy writing, especially when it's not relating to schoolwork or anything that has to be graded, because it's not really graded here. You know, there is some criticism, and criticism is always good, because the key to criticism is you don't take it personally, you take it professionally. So when someone says, Wally, you pronounced this wrong, I go, you're right, I did pronounce it wrong. That is a problem of my upbringing and really my just speech patterns in general. I don't always pronounce things wrong, and I know there's always that tomato kind of thing where there's always different pronunciations, and the American dialect is very funny in certain parts of America. Like if you go to the East Coast, there's definitely a different dialect. If you go to the West Coast, it kind of gets blended together a little bit more. It's very, very difficult, but some people tell me I have a Californian dialect, and I go, you're retarded. There's no such thing as an American dialect, but there really is. If you know, are part of America, live in America or somewhere around America, or know Americans in general, you will know that they have dialects. It's anywhere in the world, really, any country you're in generally has dialect. I was at London about a year ago, and there were some very interesting dialects. They speak English different than I do, and that was a very eye-opening experience. Not that I'm not that ignorant and naive, or I don't think people speak different English or the same English just differently in terms of tonality, but it is interesting to think about it like that, because generally you don't think about it like that, you know. So that's where I'm at in terms of the criticism. I accept the criticism for what it is, because it's you guys want to see better stuff from me, And I have an obligation, a duty even, to continually put out better content, not stick with the same old tried and true nonsense that I know is effective or semi-effective. I want to take risks in the sense that you guys are going to be like, okay, you know, he's trying something new here. Let's roll with it. And some of it's, you know, not so effective. Some of it is effective. It really depends. Honestly, I'm just glad that you guys are a part of this experience with me because it's really humbling. Like I said, it's unthinkable. When I was started doing YouTube commentaries back in the day, I started playing Battlefield Bad Company 2. And it was on a different channel, and I was doing tank tips and trick videos on how to be a better tanker and my glorious mindset on how to be a better player, right? And I thought I was the shit back then, and some people still think I still think the same way, and that's a lot of still thinks in there. But to be respectful of the past and sort of be mindful of it, I was an asshole back then, and I still kind of am. I've accepted that, but I've tried to change, try to be a little bit cooler now. I still do talk a bit of trash to the old community that I still am a part of. I'm not ever going to leave that community. I'm always going to do whatever I can to help it, the Battlefield community on the consoles, because that's where I'm from. And you cannot forget your roots, in my opinion. You have to do whatever you can to help people. And it's not that, like, I'm in a position to be like, oh, well, I am your Lord and Savior, you peasants. Enjoy this. That's ridiculous, right? I just want to be as helpful to people as possible. And I love the fact that that's what I used to do on YouTube, and now I do something completely different. And it's a lot of fun. And I back when I did YouTube, I was like, yeah, dude, I'm going to be big. This is going to be the biggest video I've ever done. And, you know, it'd get like 30 views. And I'd be like, all right, you know. Now it's like, hey, I just enjoy putting up content, and I enjoy having you guys with me because I can't do this by myself. I just can't. So you guys are my inspiration. I mean that in all sincerity. Like, I really appreciate it. If you guys haven't had an opportunity to join the community group that we have going on Bungie, do join it. I'm always on there. I'm trying to respond to everybody. I love the commentaries. There's so many good forum posts in our little community group about lore, about theories, about what people want to see in the game, about people trying to get together and play with one another, like-minded individuals that just want to have fun playing video games. You know, that is what it's all about. Sorry for the beginning story here that it was a little different. I'm kind of hyped up on some Coca-Cola, you know, so I got the sugar high going right now, if you can't tell. So I'm kind of freaking out. The commentary is going on for a bit here. It's like 7 minutes and 30 seconds, but I'm cool with that. Hopefully you guys are cool with that too. I mean, I'm pretty sure not everyone's going to watch this at all, and that's fine. So I get to kind of sit here and ramble, which is really interesting because it's just fun. You know, these videos are a lot of fun, and it's a great opportunity. I love getting the opportunity. If I could, I would release a video every day saying thank you, but that would get probably very annoying, so I'm not going to do that. But I love you guys. And in all sincerity, I really appreciate you guys helping me do this. You guys are the main reason that I do this. I really don't do it for any... I do it for me, obviously. But I don't do it for the YouTube monies or the YouTube fame. I don't care about that, man. I really don't. I just care that you guys are finding something to enjoy that I have an opportunity in putting together. And that right there is good enough for me. Straight up. You know, if we hit 40K or 50K or 100K or whatever, I'm fine with what we have now, because you have to cherish what you have in the moment, because you're never going to get it back. And that's what I've realized, that I'm never going to get things back. And there are some things that obviously I don't want back. Like, I had the chicken pox when I was a kid. I don't want that back. But I never want to lose this feeling of just being a part of something. And that is what I don't want to lose and be like, I can't get that back. So that's why I'm constantly reminding myself every day how awesome you guys are and how grateful I am to be a part of this experience. Because to some people, 30K may not be a big deal. But to me, it is the biggest deal. And I will carry it with me for the rest of my life. And I just want to say thank you guys. You guys are awesome. I will continue making more videos as much as I can. Continue putting out PvP retarded potato videos where I 360 ladder stall, no scope potatoes with wall banging overpowered sniper rifles and talk about how those sniper rifles may be overpowered or may not be overpowered. I think the next PvP video I'm going to do is a Thorn video, and I'm going to preface that by saying I feel like a jerk using it, but you know, whatever, right? It's PvP. You gotta use get by kind of thing. But that will do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I love you guys very much. I hope you guys enjoy this whole experience. I do. I love you all very much. I will see you very soon with another lore video. I'm out. Peace.